Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Want to once again look at the best pre-built gaming PC options that are available on Amazon. Now, with the ongoing world situation, a lot of these PCs are going out of stock very, very quickly, but it does look like Amazon is restocking up on them very soon. A lot of them are coming back in stock on June 5th, as noted on their website. So I thought it would be timely to do another video. However, I should mention upfront, a lot of the options at a budget territory, like at a $500 to $700 range, are complete garbage right now on Amazon. Like, we're talking about PCs that don't have operating systems. We're talking about PCs at $500 to $700 that don't include a graphics cards. Yeah, it's that bad. So really, we're gonna look at one super cheap option that you can go for, like an eSports machine if you're talking about playing games like League of Legends and lower end titles, and then you're really looking at spending north of $800 to get a really high quality PC. As always, the option to build a PC is always going to be there. It is probably more advantageous, but I know some of you guys just want something right out of the box that's built for you, has an operating system installed, and you want to get good and get going pretty quickly. I've had pretty good experiences buying pre-built computers. My current PC is actually like a rearranged form of a pre-built computer that I bought at Best Buy during the crypto mining craze, and I actually got like an insane deal on it, and it was way better than what I could have built at the time. Right now, it probably is a little bit more advantageous to build your own PC, but again, I like to give you guys the option and let you guys know what's up. Alright, so let's get right into it. As far as your e-machine, or your not e-machine, e-machines are like crazy weak, but eSports option and lower end games option, Dell Optiplex 9010 SFF desktop PC is $220, just around there, and that includes an Intel Core i5 3470 3.2 GHz, 16 gigabytes of RAM, which is really nice, and a 240 gigabyte SSD. So what I would do is I would throw in a GeForce GT 1030 inside of that, and that should work pretty well. Now, that would end up being like right around $300, and with you getting an operating system with the Optiplex 9010, if you want to shave off, let's say, $80 to $100 valued at the operating system, I mean, that's pretty good, all things considered. Obviously, you're not going to be playing The Witcher 3 or anything like that at really high settings. I believe the GT 1030 can run Witcher 3 at like low settings or medium settings and get 30 FPS, but you're mainly looking to play games like League of Legends, Counter-Strike Global Offensive. I know a lot of people are looking for PCs like this because a game like Valorant just came out, and a lot of people just want a PC that can play those lower end titles. There's no reason to go above and beyond and get a super nice PC if you're really going to be playing League of Legends all day, which, by the way, I've been grinding on quite a bit. Yes, that's what quarantine has driven me to, just going on League and feeding like OD. But nevertheless, this is a pretty good option, all things considered, if you are looking for a relatively cheap option to play the games like CSGO, League of Legends, Valorant, things of that nature. Alright, let's move on to the PCs that are really gonna be solid and high-quality PCs. The SkyTech Blaze 2 gaming computer is down to $850. This includes a Ryzen 5 2600 6-core CPU at 3.4 GHz, an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1660 6GB, 500GB SSD, 8GB of DDR4 RAM, and this is pretty good. Now, 8GB of RAM isn't ideal, but you can make that as an upgrade down the line. Most games can still get by with 8GB of RAM, but probably in a year, 16 months, 24 months, you're going to want to go the route of having 16GB of RAM. 8GB is still sufficient, but you're going to see more and more games recommending 16GB or at the very least 12GB, especially as we head into the wave of next generation games. But for now, 8GB is still perfectly fine. GTX 1660 is really solid, especially at 1080p. I think it's a fantastic GPU if you even want to play at 1440p on some of the mid-tier titles. You can absolutely do that, and the Ryzen 5 is a tremendous CPU. It is a 2600, so that's a little bit of a bummer, but still, as a 6-core CPU, that is a phenomenal CPU. You can do some video editing, quality video editing, that is live streaming and all that stuff, and $850 I think is pretty good. Want to go a little bit higher end model of that style, SkyTech Blaze 2 gaming computer. Another one is available for $900. Now, this is essentially the same. However, it does have a 1660 Ti, so you're spending $50 more, and you are getting a 1660 Ti, whichever route you want to go. Obviously, the 1660 Ti is a bit better, but both are pretty good options. Alright, now we have the SkyTech Archangel gaming computer with a Ryzen 5 3600. You've got a GTX 1660 Super 6GB, 500GB SSD. You got the 16GB of DDR4 RAM in there. and that is going to be $1,050. So this isn't my favorite option of this list. I think it's decent. You do have 16 gigabytes of RAM, but spending north of $1,000 and only getting a 1660 Super is a little bit of a bummer, but overall, I still think it's a pretty good option. For 1080p gaming especially, this thing will kill 1080p games. I would say every game, but as I've always noted, anomalies exist in the PC gaming universe, so as for what it is, 1660 Super with a Ryzen 5 3600 and 16 gigabytes of RAM mainly for $1,050, it's pretty good, but probably one of my least favorite pre-built on this list. Alright, the next one I really dig. This one's a little bit pricey at $1,180. However, a Ryzen 7 2700 8-core 3.2 gigahertz CPU. You get an RTX 2060 in here. That's a 6 gigabyte GPU, I should say. That's really good. The only downside is all you get is a 500 gigabyte SSD. I would really think it's advantageous to add more storage space to it. Some people can absolutely get by with 500 gigabytes. However, game file sizes are getting bigger and bigger. I think it would be really paramount for you to get something like a 1 terabyte hard drive to go alongside this. But for the time being, you can probably sneak away with 500 gigabyte as an SSD. 16 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM at 3000 megahertz. And again, $1,180 for that is pretty good. You can play at 1440p gaming on this, no problem. You can play games pretty well. 1080p is going to be amazing. I mean, if you want to play games at 1080p and get really high frame rates, and if you're looking to do 144 hertz, this is a really good option, especially at 144 hertz. If you guys want to go that route, I made the transition to 144 hertz. I never got the hype behind it. I never thought it was going to be a big change, but man, oh man, is it a complete game-changing experience. It's kind of like going from 720p to 1080p. You can't go back to 720p. Well, I can't go back to 60 hertz. 144 hertz is insane. So that is something I want to note as well, and definitely a good option. Also, another good option, the SkyTech Blaze 2 gaming computer, Ryzen 7 2700X 8-core 3.7 gigahertz, RTX 2060 Super 8GB, 500 gigabyte SSD in this one as well. You got a 16 gigabyte DDR4, 3000 megahertz. $1,200 on the dot for this one, so this is only $20 more, and you actually get pretty decent upgrades. You get a much faster CPU, you get the RTX 2060 Super, and that for a $20 upgrade I would say is really good. So if you guys have that additional $20, which isn't like a big ask given that the PC itself is $1,200, I would say definitely go that route. Both of those options are pretty good, and whichever one is in stock is the route that I would go. And lastly, do want to give a shout to the CyberpowerPC Gaming Supreme Liquid Cool Gaming PC. This is an Intel Core i7 9700K 3.6 GHz, an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 2070 Super 8GB, so this is really solid. An RTX 2070 is fantastic. One of the more popular GPUs on the market today. You've got 16 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM in here. You've got a 1 terabyte PCIe NVMe SSD, so that's pretty good. And again, Windows 10 is going to be there. This is pricey at $1,400, but the 2070, just to look up the price point of that, the 2070 is around $500 right now. You're talking about an i7 9700K, which is relatively expensive, 16 gigabytes of RAM, a 1 terabyte PCIe SSD. So overall, if you built this PC, you probably would get it cheaper, but probably not that much. Probably not as much as you're thinking, especially if you're factoring in $100 for Windows 10. Pretty slicked out in terms of its presentation and its lighting and things of that nature, and the liquid cooling looks pretty great as well. $1,400 is pricey, but obviously you're getting a premier PC when it comes to this pre-built computer. And that's going to conclude this video. Again, links to everything will be in the description box below. They are Amazon affiliate links, so if you use my link and you end up picking anything up, I do get a little bit of a kickback, which is definitely appreciated. But that's going to conclude this video. I know pre-builts aren't for everyone, but I would still love to hear your guys' opinion. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.